Inside the GM mind, all moves explained. How do a grandmaster, a GM, think what's inside his mind, and how is the decision for every move made? That's the topic of today's video on GM Talks. I'm gonna show you a game I played 2 days ago against Jonny Hector, where I explain every move as they come, on all the mistakes that was also made in this game against my old arch enemy from Sweden. It's played in the Swedish League in a match between Lask, Lunds Akademische Schachklub, and Limhamn, which is I think it's a classic in Swedish chess. This match in the southern part of Sweden, anyway. So let's get on with it. I'm white, and the thing is, in Sweden, you're allowed to switch the boards. So you can I could play on board 1 or I could play on board 5. There are some rules with the rating, but in general you can switch the boards as much as you like, and that means that it's very, very difficult to prepare. Usually I would love to prepare very well for Hector, because he's got a pretty standard repertoire he always uses, and it would be nice to just exploit that. But I had to prepare for 4 or 5 players, and at the moment I don't have much time. I'm really, really, really busy at the work, so unfortunately I only prepared just to say, okay, I'll play knight f3 against everything, and I didn't prepare for anybody specific. And of course at the board I remember that he usually goes this move. That's annoying. I think we played this like 30 years ago or something. D4 is, of course, the natural move. You could say this is sort of a Chigorin setup, but I was a bit unhappy about it, but not too unhappy, because, well, in general, I like to have a safe king when I'm playing against Hector here. And here, of course, he could choose to go for Queen D7 and play this move. Probably this move, not this move. Anyway, this move, yes, to exchange this guy. Anyway, that's supposed to be a little bit better for white. This move has a better reputation. It looks like a beginner's move, but black is attacking this pawn with 2 pieces and forcing the knight to the rim, and the knight is actually very bad here. That's a problem. It's better on this square than on this square, because it has nowhere to go that makes sense. So after something like this, you could even consider going back and saying, okay, he forced me to play c3, which is a very passive move, which was not part of my plan anyway. But okay, it makes sense to try to exploit it. So I open, and since this fella has left the queen side, it makes a lot of sense to attack b7 and the white squares here. I think I had this in a few blitz games where they all play rook b8, but Jonny, he just took on a3. And I never even considered that, to be honest. I never seen it before, but it seems when I talked to him afterwards that this is a standard move in the position. It looks weird to just give up the black squared bishop, because I think in general bishops are slightly better than knights. But okay, it does speed up development, and Jonny likes that. Queen a3, and of course he cannot castle now, so knight f6 would be maybe weird. But the idea, of course, is this move. Making this knight here unable to move without exchanging the bishop, and I don't want to exchange this bishop. This is my pride and joy, and I have the bishop pair. So when I have the bishop pair, I want to keep the bishops going. By the way, I got a little bit too happy about the bishop pair in this game, not knowing when to give it up, because one of the strengths of the bishop pair is knowing when to give it up, that you have often the option of exchanging one bishop and having a different kind of advantage. So that's one of the reasons why bishops are strong, that they often get to decide, because they can exchange anything. Anyway, these moves are all natural, and here a very natural move for white. rook e1. White's plan is to go e4. You say, how is that going to happen? He's got a knight there. He got a bishop on e4. Well, the idea is simply to move this bishop away, move the knight, and play e4. That's the plan, and it's a good plan. Because if I'm allowed to get a normal position and he exchanges on e4, then I will just have a strong bishop pair in and a good structure, good development, good chances of an attack, and he will regret not having a black squared bishop. So black's main objective in this phase of the game is to avoid that this guy down here become an unopposed force on the black squares. So he is working very much to make sure that that does not happen. And I will try to play violently hard to make that happen. Okay, you could argue that the bishop could go here. The thing is, then he wins a tempo with this move at some point. So it makes more sense to just go there immediately. Okay, you say, what about if he takes here? Then you got a double pawn, but you also got the bishop pair against the knight pair, and this structure here is maybe not that pretty, but it does make my king extremely safe, and it also opens the e-file, and I will have a big advantage in this position. Black's only plan is to go something with c5, and how's that gonna happen right now without making this bishop into a monster? So this position I would very much like to have with white, and I would not recommend it for black. This double pawn is not a bad double pawn. It's actually a strong double pawn. It helps increasing my central control. Increasing my central control. Important concept. Okay. A5, normal move, and I probably underestimated it a little bit. I was thinking, I didn't know if he was going to go B5 or something. So I thought knight D2 is definitely correct. Just attacking the bishop, and he does not want to let me have that bishop for free. Here I played bishop D2. Another move is E4. Another move that makes a lot of sense is queen A4 to take over the white square, and realizing that the queen is not in the game at A3. So I could go here. But anyway, I wanted to have my bishop on this square and give some force to E4. And of course he plays A4, and suddenly my queen starts to look a little bit awkward here on this square. It looked so good before, and now suddenly it's boxed in. A very typical thing for Hector, who's quite good at making your pieces look weird. E4 makes sense, and here he comes with a move I also expected, that he just go rook E8. And we have a sort of a tense situation in the center. My thoughts here were that I have the bishop pair, so if I'm not going to play for a beautiful structure or anything, I'm just going to play to make those bishops good. That's an easy way to play, and you don't have to think so much. Also, it's kind of nice to have active bishops. So I played b3 here, very ugly move. I think he should probably take and play knight a5 and hope that this guy will remain a bad bishop, not a good bishop. Instead he played e5, which also makes a lot of sense, because white is behind in development, and there is this square that could be unpleasant. There's also this X-ray effect here, but on the other hand, there's also some problems with opening the position for the bishops, and I very much liked when I saw that this move was possible, just getting my pieces out, and now I got my rooks connected, which is against a dangerous attacking player like Hector is always nice. And I'm basically waiting for the position to open and make my bishops strong. Look at those bishops; they are here and they are here, right? So I was kind of getting kind of optimistic here. He took an e4, something like this meets into this move, which is a big problem for black because of this pin here. So he cannot take back. So he had to take on e4, and so he's dislodging my knight. Take, and here he realized that the plan was probably something like this, but I can take it here, but I can also play something like I can play this move, which is probably winning material, but I can also just take here because something like this does not work due to this move, and he's got serious problems on on the king side. Anyway, so I was and I also think he sensed that this could go horribly wrong, because I'm probably threatening this in a lot of lines and opening for this bishop, and hoping to blast him, which I would love to do. I would love to blast Hector. So knight d5 makes sense, but of course it's clear that Black did not really want to lose a pawn like this in this kind of position. And here knight a5, and we can say that Black's position is nice structurally. He's lost a pawn, but he's got good pieces. He's got control. But is it that good? Here I played probably a mistake. The thing is, I didn't want to allow this move, which is very natural because I have the bishop pair. So I should not let him get rid of the bishop pair. But maybe I should have. Maybe something like knight c5 would have been good here. The computer seems to think white has a clear advantage after this move. Just getting and after something like this, you just go this move, which I didn't consider these kind of things, and it seems like white has a lot of pressure, and this fella here is not part of the game, whereas he's under a lot of pressure on the queen side. So that would have been good. Instead I played this move, which is a very natural move, rook to an open file, and avoiding all kind of nonsense here, and this knight will probably be weak one day, right? It's just standing there, and c6 probably forced, and here I probably made a clear mistake. The computer seems to think that knight here is best. I'm always worried about getting these knights into the game like that against a player like Hector. It seems I'm always dropping something whenever I do this, but it's the computer like it. Anyway, my idea was all the time to get my queen to the. By the way, another move that the computer suggested that I was also thinking about, and then I thought, but is this move? And the thing is, this move is actually probably pretty good. Anyway, one of White's plan is to go queen here. Oops, I'll just here and threaten this, and if Black plays h5, then he will have a weakened king side. If he plays h6, then h5, and this one will be weakened in the future. So h4 is a good move, and it was part of the different ideas I was considering all the time during this phase of the game. But I thought, I play queen f3 first, and then I play h4. But then, of course, you're not allowed to do things like that. And he played queen b6, and already it's a little bit annoying because and I knew he was going to play this move. I didn't think it was that good. Maybe I should play bishop c3. It looks very weird, but it's probably good. His knight is out of the game here, and I have a very strong knight. And if he takes it, I have a very strong bishop. Bishop a1, and that I had a feeling maybe, but I also had an idea here, which was probably quite good. Queen b4, that's very typical Hector, and I knew he's going to play this. His plan is because he's got this, and there's also this and this, and he might get so active queen. And my plan was all the time to play this move, and this was based on the fact that I really wanted to open for my bishops and try and see if I can blast him with the bishops. So not thinking about material. By the way, I've lost a lot of games to Hector, and when I realized that sort of playing for the initiative, playing for activity was the key against Jonny, I got a lot better results. So that was that has been my sort of learning phase in that you have you should just play for pieces to get your pieces out and play actively and not care about material. And whenever you think he's blundered, he never blundered. He's just made some kind of devious trap. So knight f6 makes sense. d5, that was all the time the plan, and I don't think he saw any of this. And I'm probably clearly better. But here I should have taken here. I was a little bit afraid of that. So I played the safe a3. That was all the time the plan. But here probably just take here, take here, take here is, or maybe no, maybe that's not good. Maybe just playing queen d1 is good. And I'm ready for a lot of fun things, and I have very strong bishops here, so I think I'm probably clearly better. And this one will be a force in the future. Anyway, I played a3, which looks smart, and after this move I have this move, and here he made a mistake. He took here. And he should have taken on f3, and that's probably a draw. I thought I had maybe some chances to do something. I have very strong bishops, but the material is limited. Anyway, he took here. I knew that was probably wrong. And here, of course, I give a check, because I always have knight takes g6 check. So, and king f8 and bishop f3. And here I was getting very, very excited, because, for instance, if you do something like this, then after this move, I'm threatening his knight, I'm covering the bishop, and I have this ideas, and so on. So I was really, and maybe something, I'll probably do something like maybe like this and take here. Maybe I win a pawn or something. I thought it was very scary for him anyway, that he could, and the bishops, of course, monsters on this kind of open board. So I was so of course he didn't go for that. He played bishop h5, avoiding this exchange here, and here I made a typical mistake. Wrong thinking. I was not thinking correctly here. The thing is, what is my advantage consisting of? I was thinking, it's the bishops. The bishops are strong. But the thing is, it's more like a really nice initiative I have. And if I do something like this here and bishop here, because his king is actually in some sort of trouble. Sorry, his king here. Oh. Come on. Here. This king here is actually in some sort of trouble. Can't really move, and I might be threatening to go here, which would be unpleasant. And something like this. And I don't know, maybe a5 or something. I'll check first. I don't know. Anyway, this is very, very dangerous for black. So very good chances of winning this kind of position. And I think the computer think I'm so this would have been smart. Just taking the bishop, but I didn't really consider taking that bishop, which is also why I'm not 2600, because I think most 2650 guys, they would just say, oh, I can transpose into this kind of position. I didn't realize that his king was so bad. I thought I needed more pieces to attack it. Anyway, bishop d2 makes sense, and then he also, because I have a strong knight, I have a bishop coming to c3, and I thought if I get it to c3 with his king here and all these pieces on the board, he will have serious trouble. The bishop is out of the game here, and so on. Unfortunately, he does have this move, which was a little bit sad for me. And I could probably take on f6, but I don't think it's much. I played this move, and I was still hoping, because we didn't have that much time, and sometimes you get to do something and get a serious attack in some way here. But unfortunately, he played pretty precisely, getting back, and not trying to hang on to any material. And after something like this, yeah, it's not much. And this is unfortunately a draw. Of course, it's a bad structure, but you can never exploit it. Actually, this kind of structure in a rook ending makes it more easy to defend. So there's no chances here, and we just took a draw after some moves. And I cannot allow it here, and this rook ending, of course, is totally drawn. You just stay active, and we took a draw. Anyway, fascinating struggle. I hope this kind of format where I try to explain every move of the grandmaster's mind at work makes sense. It was a little bit disappointing for me because I really would have liked to win against him. Also because I always have black in the Danish league. So once in a while, first time I had white in 5 years or something against Hector. Anyway, this was GM Talks. Thank you for watching.